Hey, afternoon, 313 Airbrushing. It's Mike Dominguez coming at you with this latest edition of Peace of Mind. How you doing today? Me, I'm doing really good. You know, it's 106 degrees outside, but AC is on, thank God. So as long as that hangs in there, life will be good. As you can tell from behind me, it's a throwback piece. I did that about a decade ago. That's Harley, Quinn, and Poison Ivy. I did that with one of my mentors, Craig Fraser. Took a class with him down in Coast Airbrush in Southern California. And hard to believe it's been a decade, but time flies when you're having fun and keep showing them code gauge, so life is good. Let's see, the reason I have one of those going on today is I had a malfunction with one of my airbrushes, the airbrush to be exact, and snapped that bad boy and cracked the tip, so I gotta wait and get another one in. So in the meantime, I just keep right on trucking along and started writing a plot to a comic book series that I'm coming up with, and so I can showcase my artwork and at comic book conventions and whatnot, and still pass out the literature for Autism Speaks. So kind of a way to broaden my audience. I'll be doing the fairs this year, of course, but then also, like I said, looking to go into some steampunk, because that's what the comic is going to be based on. So I'll have some comic book covers and such to show up at the steampunk conventions here in California and other places, and there's also some comic book conventions that we got going on around the country. So who knows, 313 Airbrush may be showing up at a neighborhood near you. So by all means, make sure you stop on by the booth and say hi. So in the meantime, while I had so much downtime on my hands between writing the plot and penciling some pages, I did some gardening. And while I was doing some gardening, I realized there's a lot of secrets to life in this whole gardening aspect. And it made me think about my life and how things work, and so I thought I'd pass it along to you. So there's going to be a series of videos, it's going to be 6 to be exact, on gardening your mind and cultivating happiness and success, in your life. I consider myself successful because I woke up and I'm breathing today, but I've also made some pretty good life choices, and I've made some bad life choices, and I'm kind of trying to make this my mess of life into my message today, of that things do get better and you can always keep on making it work. And some ways that I've made it work is this whole gardening scenario that I'm talking about. So while I was gardening, I started looking at how does it start? Where do you begin? And if I want this garden to succeed, and I want to see the fruits or the vegetables harvest, that's all a goal in mind. So what's my why? And my why is, I want to enjoy this. I want to enjoy, working and toiling and making something happen in the world. Taking a thought and making it a reality. So that's kind of what we first start off with, is designing your plot, understanding, the dimensions of what you want to see happen, and start organizing it in the ways that you want to see it happen and come to fruition. And it's a lot of the books that I've read, like this one here I was reading to write my plot for the story. It's Word for Pictures by Brian Michael Venus. And I probably just butchered his last name. But I've never been able to say his name, although I've read tons of his books. Anyways, he starts off with chapter 1, why? Why do you want to be a writer? Why do you want to do this? And it's not so you can make money, or you could be famous, you could be anything other than, it's just who you are. It's what's inside you. It's a story that has to come out. And gardening's the same way. You want to see this seed turn into this carrot or this cucumber or this pumpkin or this, whatever you want to have happen. And the same thing goes with your life. You want to see the seed of your mind, which is your dream, which is your goals, which is your hopes, actually come to fruition and sprout. And you got to know who you are and why you are doing it, and that helps out. It's like I was reading in the book, The One Thing by Gary Keller. Knowing what that one thing is that you really are all about, and focusing on that will make it come to pass. To thine own self be true, and those are no truer words have ever been spoken. If you don't know who you are, one way to do it is to take the Strength Finders, and it's a book that you can get on the Kindle, real inexpensive. Comes with a test. You can look it online. The test alone costs $10, but if you buy the book on the Kindle, it's $14, and you get $3 off. With the coupon. So you end up buying the book for $1, taking the test for $10, and knowing a little bit more about yourself. I myself took the Strength Finders test, and I, for a second, thought it was hokum. What's it going to really teach me? But it really did. It nailed 5 of my top 5 strengths. It really nailed them. So I was rather impressed, and I try to impress upon other people. Hey, take this test and see if these might be your strengths of what you could work on, and understand that that's going to be how you can develop your destiny of what you want to see happen in the world. My top 5 strengths ended up being restorative, which means I'm adapt to dealing with problems and constantly looking to improve and upgrade and make things better. I'm an activator, which means I like to make things happen. I like to turn thoughts into actions, and I like to strive to stay energized. Strategic, I like to come up with alternative ways to proceed. I mean, if something says no, I want to find out why, and then how to get around that no. How to always look for the better way. I'm achiever, which means I just have a great deal of stamina. I'm a hard worker, I like to be open and transparent. I refuse to quit, I really hang on. I'm like a dog on a bone, man. I will, just work it until it's complete the way I want it to be. And I'm a very self-starter, I mean, a lot of the artwork I've ever done was always, I didn't know how to airbrush, so I started airbrushing, dug into it, worked at it, got better at it. Same thing with, I've never written a book before, or written a plot for a comic before. How do you do it? Well, start reading some books, start asking people who've done it, mentors, And then also, it said I was an individualization, which means I like to show people the better parts of themselves, and the better traits, and really, put their talents to the best, and like I said, started thinking of them and wrapped them all together. And a lot of this, what I'm doing with the 313 airbrushing, I'll tell you about my why. My why is because I see what these parents do, I see what these families do for these children with autism, these people with autism, and it just touches me. It makes me feel good that there's humanity left in the world, and the world could be a better place, and if more people loved and cared about their kids and their family members like these people seem to, we would all get along so much better probably. And the amount of patience and that they have and dedication for these people, it's just, once again, just amazing to me, So if I can get out to the world and say, thank you, and here's some literature, that's great. That's what I strive to do. I mean, people have asked me at conventions and shows, what's your angle in all this? And I tell them, man, I don't have an angle. I'm not selling these things to push. Autism is not my push, for getting my artwork out there. No, my artwork is my way of saying thank you for your donation to Autism Speaks, because that's where the money's going to go to, So I'm thanking you for taking a second to read the literature and understand and support, looking for research to this situation, to try to find a better way, and that's my way of saying thank you, is by, selling you the artwork and having a moment with you, And that's why I do what I do right now. That's why I'm doing these peace of minds, to find a better way to help others possibly find a better way to make life work. So, like I said, that's my why. That's what's going on. This is part 1 in a 6-part step. That we're going to be, like I said, cultivating your mind, and guarding your mind to harvest, happiness and success, and hopefully in your life, But let me know what you think, Write me on back, leave a comment down below, and subscribe. By all means, share this on Facebook, and I look forward to hearing from you guys and talking to you guys, and PM me and like the 313 Airbrushing Facebook page. Until then, you guys have a great day and keep showing them Cultivate. Bye.